It's Dave Barnett from the investlocalbook.com blog site. Recording this video in response to Rick's question, who saw my Mastermind Group video and wanted to know how I ended up in that group. Very good question. Finding a Mastermind group can be a lot of hard work. Putting one together yourself can be a tremendous amount of labor, finding people, vetting them, making sure none of them compete with each other, etc. So I took the easy way out. I bought my Mastermind group. There's a company here locally that actually puts them together. That's their business. They have, a whole field of groups running. Some have been going for 20 years. I kid you not. And that's why I wanted to sign up when I heard about the longevity of their groups. So here's the other big thing, though, because a lot of people that I know have tried to start one because they didn't want to pay the fees involved that this company charges. So they figured they could just rally together with some other business owners and get themselves a mastermind group going. And what the universal story is that I hear from all these people is that it's great at first, there's camaraderie, people share stories, people share complaints, people commiserate and console each other on the pains of being business owners, and it very quickly devolves into some sort of like coffee date sort of meeting where people get together and they chit-chat, and then one by one people start to disappear because they don't see any real value in what they're getting out of the group, and they don't feel that the group is helping them, and they actually prize their time back in the office more so than meeting with the group. So what makes my group different? What makes it different is that it is run like a business and has business systems. So every month when we meet, there is an actual agenda, which doesn't vary much from meeting to meeting. But the agenda begins, sometimes there's news at the beginning of the meeting, but then we get into our updates with our goals. So if you recall in the video, we set long-term goals like 5-year goals, and then we break them down into 1-year goals, which are steps towards achieving the 5-year goals. And then we use those to guide us in the creation of 90-day goals. So in our updates, we give a quick update on a big personal and business win that occurred in the last month, and a personal or business business problem that we've encountered. And if either of those problems is sufficiently large that we want to seek guidance, we parking lot them. So that there's someone there who keeps track on a sheet of paper what the parking lot issues are. And then we get into our goal updates, where now the 90-day goals are broken down into 5 different sub-action steps or goals. So then we all report to each other which sub-action steps we've achieved over the course of the month that lead us towards completing our 90-day goal. And we hold each other accountable. So if somebody did not make progress or didn't do any action steps on some of their goals, then we ask them why the hell they bothered showing up. We say, are you here to waste our time or yours? And sometimes it's a little bit of ribbing, and it's not very serious, but if people develop a pattern of not doing what they've committed to do, then they're failing themselves, and how are they going to help contribute to the group? The group is for achievers that want to help each other. And so we push each other towards achieving those goals. And, people don't screw up for long or else they're gone. And everyone who's a part of it wants to make themselves successful or else they don't join. Parking lot issues, we have different systems again for dealing with the parking lot issues, and with the goal being that at the end of the sort of problem resolution system that we employ, there's a specific set of action steps to resolve that problem that the problem owner then takes away. And when they come back to the next meeting, that's what we open with, is them following up with the action steps that they had committed to do based on the resolution system. And then we get to see if they actually took our advice seriously or took their problem serious enough to actually do something about it. So that's the functioning of the mastermind group. And without those systems in place, it's the same thing as Gerber said in his book E-Myth, you end up just kind of fumbling about with everyone sort of doing things off the top of their head. You don't actually achieve anything. You can't measure anything. I can go back through my mastermind group binder that I have, and I can look at every month's goal reporting sheet. I can look at my annual retreat sheets and see how I'm progressing towards the goals that I set. And the goals aren't fixed in stone. I mean, I went through a divorce, which caused me to have to change some of my goals. So nothing's set in stone. I mean, things change all the time. The fact of the matter is, if you have a view towards the future and you have a plan of what you want to achieve, it's much easier to make that happen than if you just fumble around in life not really knowing what you're doing. So that's how my mastermind group functions. You certainly can build one yourself, or you can go looking for one. And you know, if I was looking for one, I would just network. I would call other business owners or professionals or people I know who I suspected might be driven, you know, and goal-oriented people, and just call them up and ask them if they are a part of any mastermind groups or know of any. And what you might actually get out of that call is someone who says, no, I don't, but I'd like to be in one. And I think what's critical is that you have to put a team together who are non-competitive and who are all goal-oriented and who are committed. So, you know, running the meetings and solving the problems and all that kind of thing is one half of the group. The other half of the group is the trust-building exercises, which are done in conjunction with the annual retreat. And what it does is it makes us a real, you know, band of brothers, I guess you could say, even though the group is half female. But it puts us together and creates that trust so that people are comfortable and open, revealing personal problems and business problems. They know that their trust is going to be maintained and everything that happens in the group stays in the group. Everything's confidential. But yeah, so I mean, those are some further comments about mastermind groups. Rick, I hope that answers your question. And I look forward to receiving more questions. The website is investlocalbook.com. It's my blog site. It's all about promoting my book, Invest Local, which is about doing local venture capital deals to make money, leases, loans, that kind of thing in your own community with people in small business. And we also discuss topics of small business, business management, home economics, stuff like that on the blog. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. And if you want even more information about the topics that I discuss, go to the blog because there's a lot of written stuff on there that doesn't make it onto the YouTube channel. Thanks, and talk to you later.